Hello students, welcome back. This is Dr. Mercado. Welcome to summer 2025. This is course orientation part 1 video. There are 3 parts to the course orientation. Please make sure that you listen and watch all 3 orientation videos as important information is provided. Well, welcome. I hope all of you got a little bit of rest between the spring and the summer sessions, that we are excited and that we are ready to get started. Okay, so let's begin. Now this orientation is going to serve for all 3 of the summer sessions, summer 1, summer 2, and summer 3. Summer 1 session will run from June the 2nd through July the 3rd. Summer 2 will run from July the 9th through August the 8th, and Summer 3 will run from June the 2nd through August the 8th. So it doesn't matter which session that you're in, this orientation applies to you because it just provides general information about the course structure, Cengage, things of those nature, okay? Just be very careful depending on which session you are in, that you are aware of all due dates. For summer 1 and summer 2, we are looking at 4.5 weeks approximately for each of those sessions, which means that whatever we usually cover in a 16-week timeline, we're going to condense it into 4 weeks. So yes, expect a lot of work during that 4-week timeline. Now, for those students that say 4 weeks is too little of a time and have registered for summer 3, that gives you about 8 weeks. That's a little bit more doable. You still have quite a bit of assignments, but not as in a much condenser like summer 1 and summer 2. You have about 10 weeks to work on the coursework versus a regular semester that's around 16 to 17 weeks, okay? But if you are taking summer 1 and summer 2, you have to be diligent. You have to be on top of your assignments. You have to make sure that you get everything done because there is a lot to cover in a 4-week timeline. Please do not fall behind. It's difficult to catch up, especially during a 4-week semester, to catch up if you miss up a lot or miss out on a lot of your assignments, okay? So please, all I want to encourage is that you stay up to date, you print out your syllabus, and that you're always monitoring the assignments, the announcements that I post in Blackboard, so you are aware of everything that needs to be due that specific week. So how are my courses run? Okay, all of my summer courses are online and they're in asynchronous matter. Which what does asynchronous mean? Asynchronous basically means that students are not required to attend class at any set time. You basically go in whenever you have time, whether it be in the morning, during your lunch break, in the afternoons, in the middle of the night, whenever you feel like it or whenever you have time. You choose the time and you work on the assignments at your own pace, okay? So there is no face-to-face instruction. All of the resources are provided in the Blackboard modules. I've recorded lectures for you, so you have those lectures available to you so you can listen to them at any time. And then you have a list of assignments that you need to complete, and then you work on those assignments during the week as you see fit. The only important thing is, even though this course is asynchronous, there are deadlines to meet. So you need to be aware of all of the deadlines and ensure that you complete all of the assignments by the established deadlines. I do not grant extensions unless there is an emergency or some kind of situation that is out of the student's control, which the student will communicate with me. But for the most part, students are expected to complete the assignments by the established deadline, okay? So you're on your own. Every week you go into Blackboard, you look at what you need to do, you review the resources, you read, you watch my videos, and then you complete the assignments. Now I've got videos for most of my classes. Some classes don't require a video. But for most of my classes, I do have some videos in there. But if not, you basically do the chapter reading and your assignments, your quizzes, your homework, whatever is it that it's outlined. Every course is different. So just make sure that you do go into Blackboard and that you review what you have to do for that specific week. Now, there's some pros and cons for asynchronous courses. The pros of our course are flexibility. Students can work on their assignments whenever, wherever they want. You can be at the beach and you can be working on your assignments, okay? Students with demanding circumstances, such as if you have children, aging parents, or you have a very busy life, this works wonders because you get to fit in the course material or the course content into your lifestyle as you see fit. Okay. Now, some cons of asynchronous courses is students don't have so much engagement with other peers, but if you do have questions or concerns, I am here. Your classmates are here. Please feel free to ask questions. We have the Pronto app where you can post. It's kind of like a chat, and anybody from the class can participate and collaborate with you. Okay, there is no live interaction because we don't have a set time frame. Usually that is the issue with students, that they can't commit to having a class from 5 to 7 p.m. because things can happen or it doesn't fit their schedule. So these asynchronous courses, they're just available so you can work on whenever you want. But some students do prefer a more structured setting. If you are one of those students, we still do offer a very few face-to-face classes. Maybe you want to look at those. Okay. The cons, once again, it does offer flexibility, which is a pro, but this requires students to have a higher level of accountability. You need to be responsible and make sure that you keep up with their assignments. Okay. You need to have a system in place to make sure that you get things done. Okay, so basically it is your responsibility to ensure that you schedule everything for the week, and you make sure that you work on it during the week and get all of your assignments done for the deadline to be met. Another con is if a course requires group work or group projects, scheduling and collaborating can be an issue. But with technology nowadays, students usually set up WhatsApp groups, they use Pronto, they set up Teams meeting. It is not a problem. There's just so much technology out there. It's just a matter of agreeing on a time or creating a depository where everybody puts in all of their information, and then you just meet on specified dates to go over the information. Okay, so there's pros and cons for asynchronous courses. For purposes of my class, this is an asynchronous class. You get to log in whenever you feel like it during the specified week, but you must adhere to all of the assignment deadlines. Okay. Now, what are the orientation videos? This is just a general orientation. I'm just going to give you a brief information about the course. Part 2 is going to deal with Blackboard, and then Part 3 is going to deal with Cengage. Okay, a lot of you are familiar with Cengage, so it shouldn't be much of an issue, but please make sure that you get your Cengage account up and running as soon as possible. Preferably day number 1, so you can begin working on your assignments. A free trial period is provided, so there is no excuse not to begin your assignments on day number 1. Okay, but this is what we're going to be covering in Part 2, Blackboard, Part 3, Cengage. Okay. A little bit about me. I've been here at South Texas College since 2014, so I've been here a little bit over 10 years. I am an alumni from South Texas College. I've got my accounting clerk certificate and my Associates of Arts in Business Administration from South Texas College. I then transferred to the University of Texas Pan American, where I got my bachelor's and my master's in accounting. And then I continued with my education, and I've got my doctorate of philosophy in business administration with specialization in organizational leadership from North Central University. Okay. On top of all of this education that I've got over 13 years of experience in banking with emphasis in accounting and operations. Prior to banking, I also worked in a maquiladora in Reynosa, so I do have maquiladora experience as well. So I have not only just worked in education, I've also worked in industry, and currently I also do bookkeeping services on the side for small businesses. I prepare income taxes, so I try to keep abreast of everything and anything that's new out there in accounting, just so I can be able to provide you students with the most up-to-date information. Now, weekly task, please make sure that you print out your syllabus and that you read it. Okay, it is not very long. Please make sure that you make a folder for my class and you put my syllabus in there. At the end of the syllabus, there's a schedule, a weekly schedule that outlines what we're going to be doing every week, the assignments that need to be completed, and the deadlines. Please always refer to that. That way you don't fall behind, and that way you know what you need to do every specific week. Okay. Please make sure that you read. I understand we do not like to read. I've heard it so many times from students, but reading needs to happen so you can be able to get the knowledge. Okay. So you can be able to understand the content being covered in the chapter. Okay, before you begin working on any of your assignments, read the chapter. It takes you about an hour and a half to read the chapter. It introduces you to the material. It provides you with examples. It just provides you with a wealth of information. Read and then begin working on your assignments. On your Blackboard, I have downloaded PowerPoints from the respective chapters or textbooks that you are each using in each course. Please use those PowerPoints as a reference. There's a lot of important information, summaries, examples that you can utilize to strengthen your understanding of the content from the chapter. If there are any lectures provided in Blackboard, read over those. Okay, for most of my courses, I do have lectures if I've taught them before in the past. Okay, if it's something that I'm barely being assigned, I don't think I would have lectures, but I will try to answer as many questions as I can if it's a new course that I'm offering. Okay, but for most of the part, for my financial, my managerial, my introduction to accounting, payroll, all of those courses that I teach on a day-to-day basis, I do have lectures. If it's a new course that I have taught, more than likely you won't see any lectures for me this semester, but I will work on getting any questions that you have resolved. Okay, please begin working on your assignments early in the week. Okay. That way it gives you enough time to plan out your week. You do your reading, your quizzes, your study plans, whatever it is that you need to do, your homework. The homework is what takes the longest because this is the application component. This is where you actually practice the problem solving. So homework problems are the longest, okay? 2 attempts are provided on your assignments. I always keep the highest grade. I highly encourage that you do not fall behind. If you do encounter some kind of an emergency during the semester that is going to prevent you from meeting the assignment deadlines, please communicate with me immediately so we can set up a game plan to get you on track, okay? If nothing is going on with your life, everything is normal, then you should be adhering to the established deadlines, okay? If you have any questions about the course, I am here. I am here to assist you. The preferred method of communication is Blackboard messages. And the reason is that keeps all of our communication within the actual course itself. It also allows me to tell, what class you're in. Sometimes students forget to mention that on emails, and it's difficult for me to kind of like pinpoint what class you're taking with me. If you need to speak with me outside of my office hours, please let me know, and I'm okay with that. We'll schedule a meeting outside of my office hours. For summer 2025, my office hours are Monday through Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. Okay? It's very important that you stay organized and that you do not fall behind. I do not grant extensions because it is not fair for me to be granting you extensions and the other students are sacrificing and really putting the effort into meeting the deadlines, okay? Unless there is some kind of an emergency, I will make an exception. But if not, if you don't meet the deadlines, that is on you. All assignments are due on the specified due dates. Please keep a copy of your syllabus handy. Everything is outlined in your syllabus from day number 1. So you know when your tests are going to be, you know everything because everything is outlined in your syllabus as well as in Blackboard, okay? If an emergency happens, please communicate with me. Maintaining communication is very important. That way I know what is going on with you, okay? So, office hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 10 a.m. But you're more than welcome to always send me a pronto message, an email, or a Blackboard message, and I will try to respond as soon as possible. I am looking forward to an awesome summer 2025. Please make sure that before you begin working on any of your week 1 assignments, you do watch and listen to the course orientation videos part 2, which deals with Blackboard, and part 3, which deals with Cengage, okay? I want to wish you an amazing summer. I'm here for anything that you need. Please reach out if I can be of any assistance, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.